Hello, this is Curlian, and welcome to my episode 22 of Let's Play Total War Attila as the Eastern Roman Empire on Legendary difficulty. Now, unfortunately when I taped this, my microphone apparently was not plugged in, and so we're going to be doing a voiceover. It's been a while since I watched it, so apparently we just finished a Pyrrhic victory. And yeah, it looks pretty Pyrrhic. It took a lot of damage. Oh, this was probably... yeah, this is when Axiom attacked at Bernice with their bazillion archers and just rained death on us. Still, we crushed them. This was a good victory, even though it definitely weakened our forces here. They brought so many archers, as you can see, and they just kind of rained death upon us. And even in Testudo, they were able to shoot from different angles and whatnot. I think I finally hid behind a building to kind of limit some of what was going on there. So we'll kind of speed this up as we don't need to wait for it. Okay, so we can see that we lost one dude at our navy. They lost a lot. And it was in fact at Berenice. I remember this battle, it's always good. It has been a while. I am much further in the series, but since this one is actually going to be coming up on the schedule tonight, we wanted to... Oh yeah, they did have two armies. I knew there was just a ton of archers and it didn't look like there were enough. You can see that even though they had two armies came here, we really did wreck them. So much of Total War Attila is just endless defensive sieges, and at this point we are not yet secured all of the south here. With the Sassanids still being alive, we are kind of distracted. Okay, have some Sassanid forces coming at us. We're just going to fast forward through the end turn unless something interesting happens. We have Mashan, or many a defensive siege. It looks like the Lockmans have reappeared outside of Hera, or maybe they're in Hera? I can't remember. And in Hera, this seems like a potentially winning battle because Testudo is an amazing thing. So we'll be able to fight this and see what we can do. One unit versus two. The cavalry and the generals are pretty weak, and we will have the use of at least some towers. And it is in fact a rebellion force, so I remember that correctly too. Let's go ahead and fast forward till we actually get to a point in the fight. The original battle was more than an hour. By fast forwarding through some of the little parts, we'll be able to get it down below an hour, which is where it really should be. Okay, we're setting up. We're going to do basically the same setup we did the first time the rebels attacked us here, which is we're going to take this heel, and that lets the tower shoot down at a decent angle and in theory miss us. I did not bother to set up a barrier because it made no purpose. We're going to fast forward even faster because they're really far out there. Now they're going to go and get shot up by this quite a bit. Now they don't really have much to take this with, so I think they actually have trouble taking this tower just because they don't have a lot, and they're actually not even standing in the circle, so they're just getting shot by flaming arrows, which, to be honest, I think is kind of funny. We do take some time to zoom in and just watch these archers getting pummeled by flaming arrows. And it's doing a good job. I mean, almost everyone seems to be killing someone. Oop, there goes one of the cavalry. That's good. They are the bigger threat. We're down to 95. Way in the distance, we see my one small unit. And yeah, they're not even beginning to take the tower. They are just standing there getting shot. Now we've seen that, I'll speed this up a little bit because hilarity ensues as they just get shot. And really, if they just want to stand there and let my defenses kill them, who am I to deny them that? So we watch as they just get ripped apart by this. For the most part, is just going at the archer unit, who is quickly getting devastated. I can see how many they have left. 40. Yeah, they've lost 100 men. I think they had 142 coming in. And they're about to run away. Okay, at this point the general decides, you know what, standing there getting shot might not be the best tactical leadership we've ever seen. So he brings his unit over. Now, those archers probably broke too early for me. He's down to 14 guys. Now, yeah, see, and then at 31, a couple more will get shot, but not enough. Now, all this got burned down in the last time, which was weird because it didn't really get burned down that badly, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of odd that it was now torched. And they decide not to try to take the middle place. They're gonna, well, they do decide to take the middle place. So once again, we have our archery stuff just ripping them apart. Problem is, and we'll fast forward through some of this, is that they are kind of small at this point, so actually hitting them with the towers from this range is not very effective. So I sit there and debate. I could just, we get a good look at them, and I could just stand there for the entire time. But I think I basically decide this is boring for me and, anyone watching this video. So I move forward. Bring myself within range, throw off our few javelins, and then get into Testudo so that they charge right into me. They do no damage on the charge. They're running into a Testudo, which provides great bonuses for me. And we begin seeing who dies faster. And we look, they have lost half their unit almost from what came in, and we've lost no one. We've killed Moody, so that unit's done. So all they have left is whatever archers got off the table, which of course means it's going to be general if it survives, but it's fine. Actually, I think I was saying I was hoping Moody would get out. So, because I just don't think they're going to be gone. But we lost no one. It was a awesome defense where we lost no one. And we'll see if they get a new general, or if the Lachmans realize, wow, this is really dumb, and stop fighting us. What do they do? Well, it looks like at least that version of the Lachmids accepts the death that they deserve. We take a recruitment recovery, which is kind of dumb, to be honest, because if you only have one dude, it's not very useful. Okay, so now it's our turn. We have won our defensive sieges of the day. We're not making a huge amount of money, which is sad because the one key thing about them, I really wish I could make this a bigger screen. But anyways, we see that we're only making 3,221. Dude wants to take an office. I don't usually care too deeply about this, so I'd probably do nothing. But you do have to kind of be careful about this, if they don't take an office and piss off everyone in the realm. We do have 12,000 gold, so we are not broke. We are down our master soldiers, so we need to get a couple guys in there to make up money. Very good. We have our 3 family members. Now then, we're just kind of talking about what we want to do. At this point, we could march north, but holding it would be difficult. We have the 2 regions here that we want to control. We could go after further regions in, but you start running into the fact that they do have armies, like a lot of them. Sassanids are I actually think they're kind of a... I've complained a little bit about how, in the Western realm, about how their abilities are pretty poor. The Sassanid abilities are arguably also pretty poor. They make a whole lot of money off of subjugating people, but subjugated people really hate you and will turn on you at the drop of a hat. So I just, not so sold on that ability. And I think the biggest thing that they're really lacking is that they don't have the ability to march through the desert. So they're a desert nation who half or more of their regions are, I think they start with 3 provinces, and 2 of the 3 are desert provinces. And so for them to send troops in to defend those cities or to progress past them, you're taking desert attrition, and they don't ignore it. So they're like, I just see that as a pretty bad oversight. If every time you had to go defend your city, 1 out of every 20, 30 guys dies, that would be a problem. Even if it's just 1 out of every 100. I mean, that's a lot of guys dying constantly because you don't know how to survive in that terrain. So this general gets some new stuff. We're going to give him some equipment. He is 45, so he's not a young'un. But he is a decent general, and he did win that battle for us. And now we go and say, die, die. We auto-resolve this, I'm pretty sure, because no reason not to. And we obviously already beat both these armies, in the previous episode. So it wasn't like, could we fight them? It was just a matter of going and getting it done. Apparently we pulled some men out of the water there. Go crush this army. Did we get to it? Oh, it looks like we're going to.
Moving out! Ready for orders!
Lost for some reason our ability to control that. There we go. My money went down. Don't know why. Did I spend some money? I must have spent some money. Lost a little bit of money on interest. So at this point, I actually think that after killing those 2 armies and getting the recovery, that we might actually be stronger than we were before. Yeah, it looks like we gained from the end time. We don't actually get to Bernice, but that's fine. And we're putting money into Bernice again because, why not? We don't fill up that last slot because Bernice is not very safe at this point. We are having to strongly look east. So we can't really throw a ton into Bernice at this time. Okay. Looking at our diplomatic options, not a whole lot of people that we can bother, that we can trade with. Can't get peace with anyone. Very problematic if you need. Because if we had peace, if the Sassanids had waited 30 turns for us to go to war, the difference in what would have happened would have been stunning. Because we would have had a massive economy at that point. The good thing was we did spend a bunch of money actually right before they did it, but we spent it to ensure that we did not get revolts. So we're actually not having the public order penalties that would have happened if they had attacked us 5 turns earlier. We are trying to spend some money. I think we're trying to keep it down to pretty low, like half of what we're making in a turn. And you can see that dropped our income by 50 gold or something, because we went ahead and paid for that. You may not be able to see it now. Now you can see it. We were at 29 something and now we're at 28.71. So we went 30, 50 gold lost because we spent 1,400. We are looking at what other places we can go ahead and build up. sanitation is important. The plagues really do kind of suck. And I don't think we build too much because we really are trying to save our money. We look again at trying to get peace with people. Nope, they don't want peace. We don't really want to go fight them though, because we have our nice line of peace, of defense right across Sardinia and Thracia and Macedonia. And breaking that up just leaves us too open and prone to attack. So we're trying to avoid that.
Like a desert beggar.
Okay, so now I've decided it's really important to get peace with the Sassanids. And I am going to throw every penny I have at them to try to get peace. Because I've gained what I want. I can retake the rest of Media Atropatene at ease. I have a Soristan. I can take the last of Arabia Magna. I mean, what I need is time to hold it. So I give up all my money. I lose another 500-ish gold. 540-ish gold next turn. But we have peace in our time. Some time to attempt to consolidate and build back up. Maybe look at defeating the armies in the west. So, looking around, considering what I want to do with guys, because there is a point where can't really do too much, and do need to be careful about what we do. I go back over and consider trying to get peace with some other people.
I am here then.
Axum wants peace. But we decide, no, we want to conquer Axum, so let's not do that. It's not the Africans I still at war with us, because they're a part of, at least I think they're part of the Saxons. Oh no, they're just allied with the Saxons.
But if you wish to go,
but they don't want peace. Well, you know, we'll burn them eventually. They're not our primary concern right now. One guy gets a skill. What do we give him? He needs more cunning, that's for sure. And then a little bit of melee defense and stuff. He is holding Libya. So we have peace. We're gonna go ahead and speed through this end turn. Unless the and it doesn't look like we're gonna get attacked in the north. And then, so we have peace with the Sassanids, and they keep messing with us. This dude is still camped here. They're attacking our legacy moves. But they left that guy there to do stuff, which, you know, was a little irked. It was like, why are you using your operatives on me if we have peace? That doesn't seem very peaceful. Let's keep going through the end turn, because I don't think we'll see any more attacks. Macron, I think this is Macron, moved up into it. We have another army. I mean, they've moved armies into our lands that we took after accepting peace, which was pretty poor. And we actually have massive negative money. There we go. Now we don't have massive negative money. But that means we really can't do anything. We weren't able to save any money. We may actually... No, I don't think we'll take attrition. We may. I don't know. But we do have all of our masters as soldiers, so I'm not actually sure why it was that bad. It was very weird. Love to build stuff, but we really can't. Just kind of looking over where people are. We have our navy guarding Corinthus. And we decide, let's get rid of 2 of these ships because we don't really need the mercs anymore. And we are apparently going to take attrition this turn for having terrible money issues. I don't know why we got hit with that bad. I mean, we had more than that the turn before, and we picked up our offices. Very weird. Okay, need to not play with the mouse. It keeps messing with things. So, looking at our troops, deciding if we can disband any. But then Iran and Macron are just sitting there. It's like, why are you in my lands? And so I began moving a spy off to help with money. Deciding that hopefully this peace lasts, a while. And then we can afford to figure out where they can go. So we've been picking which regions, like Insula Orientalis and whatnot, that would be best fit for having a spy to reduce corruption and get me a little bit more money. Because again, I really thought that this would be like the I Am So Rich campaign, and at this point, if you're watching, Western Rome is looking pretty and Eastern Rome is looking rough. Even though Eastern Rome has picked up regions where Western Rome has pretty much only lost. So, moving forward, figuring out what to do here. For the most part, I kind of just need to leave the armies as they are. Apparently I decided I don't like those dudes, they're gone. Saved me a couple hundred. Do I go to my cap? I do. It is an expensive cap, they're not very good.
We hunger for battle.
And then we apparently giving up lots of cav and stuff. Try to save money. What do I give up here? Swordsmen. I do have quite a bit of swordsmen in this army already, so. And even though Macron's sitting there, I don't really expect issues. I'm hoping that they'll just wander away like good little dudes. Just leave me alone. Doesn't really serve any purpose for me to continue to fight them. So I'm debating what to do with Hera. It's kind of wrecked. And there's gonna be another revolt there, and it has no food.
Ready for orders.
But I decide, well, we're gonna go save it. So I put a dude in the city to hold on to it. We have an army in Mashan, so we have someone to control a Soristan region. Get this guy back into Bernice.
Making for pause.
Can't unfortunately take him out of forced march. Just kind of seeing if there's any last things I can do. We have managed to get our income close to 3,000, which is not terrible. And we're another intern, so let's see what happens. Looking pretty decent. The Visigoths, I have a lot of armies again, but they're not coming. Garamantians are kind of actually working towards what we want. Iran and Macron are not leaving, and that's Mashan. I mean, that's now a third nation from the Sassanid group that are running through my lands. But I'm like, okay, I don't really care about raiding. It's, in the long run, not something that's going to make or break me, so whatever. So we're back for our next little thing. We lose a ton of dudes, but our income's now close to over 4,000, so I mean that's pretty good. We can begin trying to save money, build what we have to, save what we can, get it taken care of. So I look at this, I'm like, well, That could go poorly as can be. So what do I do about these armies? I move a dude down to Arbella. If they attack him at Arbella, even if they were both somehow involved in it, which would be difficult, we cannot do anything. So expensive. So expensive. They get this going. Oh my goodness, life is so expensive. And we are so very poor. So we just end the turn. Try to save some money. Get our income back up. We have a guy, we're gonna teach him to assault, and maybe more ammunition's not bad. Do we go with that? No, we go for whatever that is. Because we went to oppress people. We need more agents if we fight again. So let us oppress them all. And we end the turn. I'll go ahead and fast forward through the end turn. We have a couple of our agents that we're moving west to the more valuable regions. Let's see. Sassanids didn't do anything, so we're up to the Huns. Their allies are messing around. Yeah, see, that dude's running way back into there. That's a problem. And we have this guy coming up towards Gonzaga. That would also be a problem. And I haven't converted these two regions because it was just stupidly expensive to do so. Which means if they attack, I have no garrison. They just walk right in. Morians are gone. Can't say I'm too sorry about that.
I am a shadow.
And we continue to move this guy. We want him to be in up there in Macedonia, so that we can get us some money.
Embarking, as you say.
And then we put this guy in this region, and that will buff our income further. We're up to over 6,000 a turn, which is fast considering a few turns ago we were in negative income. So we don't want to attack this dude, because that just starts the whole war over again. We have to kind of protect ourselves. And there's a Sassanid dude standing right there. It's like, okay. The Lachmans have reappeared because that's what they do for fun. They show up and raise the old banner. I cannot convert that, which is very sad, because that would make it much easier to control this area if I had, people in Ctesiphon to do it. Looks like I'm just going to end the turn. Oh, we lost trade. So I decide, you know what, before I end this turn, let's see if we can get peace with anyone. Would you believe the answer is not that optimistic? Even though we're ranked #1, people who are much weaker than us just don't want to play ball.
Welcome. Speak.
But doesn't hurt to ask.
Before you say anything, know that my lord offers you peace.
We're certainly never going to pay them money for peace, so that was a no.
My lord is...
Oh, apparently we did pay them for peace. We're like, I don't want war. Too many wars are draining me. Now, can we get anyone to trade with us? Because that would be huge. Nope, they don't even want to consider it. Because, trade might be conveniently good. What if we pay them a bunch of money? What do I go with? 750. Nope. Well, it's not looking good for trade. Not looking good for trade. Should be really nice if it was, because we get tariff money too. There's not that many people who want to trade with us. Oh, someone who'll give me money. Not that much money. So we have peace with Exhum again. Most trustworthy guys on the block. And that puts us close to 10,000 gold. So we could actually build up one of these cities if I want to. Do I want to? Looking at Hira and considering what to do there. And looking at all of those dudes who are not playing by the rules. At least the nice rules. So I convert a couple regions that will get garrisons going, which is very important. So they can't just wander in and take the region. And I say, you know what? It sucks to get plague, so let's stop that. But that's all the money. That's all of my monies. Okay. We pick up more cunning because cunning is good. Probably should have gone with the other cunning because it also helps with public order. Although he's an admiral, so it doesn't really matter. What do I give him? Tech. Tech is good. We want to try to get all of our technology taken care of. We really have not had opportunity to build up libraries and whatnot. But it would be really good if we had some chance in the future. Charge bonus, nothing too important. We just kind of apparently leave that blank as is nothing for an admiral. His wife gives him +2 cunning. She's awesome. Let's see, is there anything else I can do? Not really. I mean, money is just really tight. Huns right across our border. But, which means, oh, I guess we'll improve some troops because there are Huns right across our border. And we had another intern. We'll fast forward through the intern again unless something interesting comes up. It doesn't look like any of the Goths are coming after us. The Afrigates have shown up. That's annoying, but not terrible. We're gonna slow this down because we're coming up on all of the eastern factions that hate me. Abyssinia is getting messed with. He did not attack, but he went right up there. This guy ran back the way he came, which is what I wanted him to do. Not move further into my heart. And there's a full Sassanid stack right by Ecbatana. That's poor. It's the best way to put it. Okay. Now then, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Guess we're gonna take some attrition to go sit in Gonzaga and tell this guy we really don't like you here either. Seems like a plan. Arbella is being converted. Do I convert Hira? I have this army over here. I could send him down to take that region, which is what I think I'm doing. So he's going to go down and claim that third region so that I have a chance of actually holding Arabia Magna. This army, what do I want to do with you? You're mostly healed. You're in normal march. Apparently didn't do nothing for you. In Palestine, we built a capital building, which would be good. That adds a lot to the region. In the east, it actually gives you troops, which is pretty great. Anything else I want to do with the region? We need to move our mouse up so we can actually see the funds going. Looks like we have 5,000 and change. We do. Don't want to spend too much, but I need to build every turn, especially income generating buildings if possible. Because, yeah, money's tight. Okay. What do we got here? Guys moving into position. Oh, we're at the intern. So let's go ahead and speed this up and see what happens in our intern. Okay. comes the Garamantians, and then the Sassanids declare war on me. I think we had, what, 2 turns of peace? Maybe 3? I was so incredibly upset at this. It's kind of difficult. And then Nobatia, to make matters even worse, declared war on me because they again refused to just be pacified by me. So now I have once more the war with the Sassanids and all of their vassals. And so at this point I decide I'm done. I am going to destroy the Sassanid Empire and all of their vassals. And I am going to do it the way Rome dealt with Carthage. I'm going to simply burn everything they have to the ground. So, but first I have to deal with the fact that I have a bunch of armies that were allowed to kind of move too far into my backfield. And that's a problem. So they come to Arbella, which is not converted yet. I didn't have time, even though I paid to do it. So, kind of pointless to fight one unit against an army. May have done more damage, but at this point, again, I was very disheartened that I had dropped 10,000 gold 2 turns before, and they had not stuck to the peace for at least 10 turns. Then Nobatia comes up here with a full stack, because, you know, nothing says like we could have been friends, like trying to conquer my regions again. They come here. Now this one is a little bit more realistic, as there's actually a garrison here, and they have a lot of cav. So we can definitely do a number on them. Especially if the general comes in first. So we're going to fight this battle and see if we can put ourselves in a place to do a lot of damage. I really don't necessarily expect to win this battle. I think that might be a little bit too much to hope for. But it's definitely something that we want to, we want to definitely weaken this army to the point where they can't continue crashing through all my regions. Or at least that's the goal. I love how it's giving me cavalry information, because my 1 unit of cavalry is going to really, really change this battle, is all I can tell you. I don't know, maybe they do. It's been a while since I fought this. But I don't think they drastically turned the tide by themselves. So, cavalry against legions, as we've seen, not the best toss-up for them. They do have 2 units of Arminian spears, which are very good units, but not really intended to fight infantry. So we look around to see where we can put ourselves. Where would be the best? And we decide, well, that little tiny place is a pretty decent place to be, actually. So we put our spears first, because mostly what they have are spears. Get them in Testudo. Put on the other side another one of these units of our legion, our legio. We put this legio here to throw its stuff. We put the archers right there. We put that in because what happens is they like to break it for no particular reason. You can just sit there and shoot them, and then we kind of stick our cavalry off over here, because you know they're going to save the day. Or we're just going to run them really far away. They don't really have anything that would be great for them to do. So we've set up. It's not a great formation for them to be in. So we do try to fix it. Of course, they went Testudo, which means they didn't want to be fixed. There we go. Plop ourselves back into Testudo and see what we can do. We'll speed this up a little bit because the approach is not very exciting. we do start progressing, putting our archers in the right shot. Okay, here we go. So they're coming in. And we begin throwing our javelins, or darts, whatever it is that the Legion have.
General is being attacked. Keep him alive.
And they throw their cavalry face first into a line of spears and testudo. Because you know, it's the best cavalry generals to do that. So we use up all of our stuff, we killed a couple with our javelins, and then we go and put our legio in a position to be supportive. We move the archers to a side where they can actually do something. Try to bring them in a way that keeps them out of melee if possible. Doesn't work too well, I don't think. Doesn't look like we got too much melee there. And they're just driving all of their cavalry in. We've taken a little bit of losses. Our legio are not in testudo. Okay, good. Let's get them in testudo. Let's back up here so that we can clear that out. So we're going to come in here. We're set to flaming shot, and we're just going to let it light into the general. And again, because armies have nothing better to do, they send troops over. Oh, those may be like the city populace or whatever. What are you doing, archers? Don't run away. Don't run away. We need you to kill Monobazas. And the first of the cav is beginning to realize, oh, maybe this was not the best idea the world ever had. As they break and begin moving away. We start firing into their general. Try to kill him off. They're shooting into the back of my other legion, which is kind of not great. And they do. They send two of the units over here to take this. And if you don't see too well, there's a tower over here that is shooting them as they do that. So they took a bunch of damage to break down that, and it really doesn't mean anything because they don't send anyone that way.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Okay, so continuing on, archers have gotten kind of wrecked. You see there's a giant gap there in the line. More cavalry is going to break. We do have now at this point it dawns on me that this is going better than I thought it would. They are not really doing much to me. We are actually doing fairly well. I don't know how that almost got taken, but our tower is shooting away at them. We're shooting away at them. Our legions are actually holding pretty good. Try really hard to get them to shoot at the general, not that it really helps. And like a quarter of the Monobazas' the unit is already gone. And our legion wall is holding pretty good. Now we've hit the grind stage. Now this is of course at the fastest speed that the game will allow me to fight it at. And we see that we're getting decent kills. 113, 73, 75. Doing a job on them. I need to pause the video, so please hold on just a moment. And we're back. So here we are, holding the line pretty well, getting some slight missile fire from that one tower. And I start to say, because that one our unit has actually been like more ripped up, and so I decided to turn it around. Which doesn't seem to have worked. I keep telling him, no, shoot the freaking general. He's almost down to half his men. They They did stop firing at that one unit. They got far enough down. Oh, their general died, and that is huge. A mass rout has begun. It's not full, it's mainly just cavalry. They go to whistling shot to try to break more of them. And we begin to see some serious fleeing from the area. As they're like, oh my goodness, we're getting beat by a few dudes. Then they kind of stop breaking. They're like, you know, we don't have to run from this. What are they going to do with there? So I realized that that's not going to matter, and I start going to heavy shot to just blow through their armor. And we are pushing through. Archers are shooting the last of their shots. Dudes are running like crazy. But these two Armenian spears are just not even phased. They are not phased by the loss of an army. So, what are we gonna do?
A unit has fired all of its ammunition.
Back our archers off. We're like, you know what? We have these dudes. So we'll bring them over. So we're not doing much to those Armenian spears. They are not wanting to break. Heck, even the javelin men don't seem to want to go anywhere. Apparently we already have some javelins going. That's not optimal. Better to be in full position first. Move our archers all the way out of the way. Just to keep them safe, I guess. This is really a bad angle. So I have to say, you know what? They destroyed this. That means we can just walk around and say hi over here. That's going to take a little bit of time, so let's speed it up as we do that, because amazingly enough, not a whole lot is going on. We're actually kind of losing our center point. So, we move this unit around, make sure they're coming this way. We talked about how this is busted, so they were nice enough to open it up so we can just flank them. Their sword unit. So we line up here, ready to launch our javelins. And we do throw a few as we charge right into their flanks. So now, generals are dead. They're being charged in the flank. They are massively outnumbered. The first unit breaks. These stupid spears don't want to break. So we'd say, come out of Testudo and just go at them. And that's enough. They begin finally breaking. So, as you can see, we were able with a garrison to hold off a pretty decent sized stack. Now, admittedly, what they attacked us with was not good to attack Roman units with. And we had a city that had an amazing setup for a small garrison. A lot of cities we could not have possibly defended this. They're going to get a new general. This unit got away pretty much scot-free, but everyone else took pretty good damage. And my units mostly came away unscathed in that whole thing. Two of our units, got tons of kills, and most of that was cav. Effectively 2 for 1. So, that's very close to 400 kills and very close to 350. All of those were, of course, Armenian spearmen. So, they still outnumber my garrison, but not by a lot. Now they will get a new general unit if they decide to come back here. That could be a problem. But one that we could deal with. We take the replenishment because they might come back. And they'll just come back with a lot of dudes. Okay. At that point, we are finishing up the intern. See if we get attacked by anyone else. It doesn't look like it. We're at the end of the intern. And we declare that we will end the video here. Stupid Sassanids. I was very unhappy with the whole thing at that point. So we're gonna end the video here. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back next time for a video that does have sound in Total War Attila as the Eastern Roman Empire on Legendary difficulty. Adios.